Happy Wednesday, everyone. So quite a small change of plans. So today, Kay Walker was supposed to be live, but she had an important meeting she had to get to, so we had to reschedule. So we're gonna shoot for next week for her, which is awesome. Kay is great. So we got that coming up now. Today we're gonna just do some market selection stuff. I just got off the phone with the realtor for a property we're trying to sell, and really like this realtor. She was I like the way she kind of like talked about the markets and stuff like that she does and works in and all that stuff. Really aggressive. She runs Facebook ads and all that. So what I want to do today is I'm going to look at that market again, and I want to look at the deals in that area and maybe pull some data for that. So let's go review that. So I'm going to just pull up my screen right here. We're going to share screen. All right, so we got Land Insights open. What I'm going to do first, before I go into Land Insights, I'm actually going to go just a few things. I'm going to hop over into Redfin. I want to look at the data itself. So let's see, Let's see. This is I think it was Littleton, North Carolina. Yeah, I think it was right around here. So let's go check this out. So here's the thing. It's market selection, one thing, finding stuff with good sell-through rates and all that stuff is fantastic. But at the end of the day, is like when you have a good relationship with the realtor, you kind of want to work with that realtor more, right? So if you have good properties, you have good things coming up, and like a good realtor who is aggressive and knows her stuff, like, or their stuff, whoever, I think it's important to kind of work with them and get some data from where they're talking about. If they're saying like, hey, this is a hot market, you should go in it, then it's like maybe listen to them, you know. So she just sold the property for over $1 million plus, and that's one of those things. This isn't the area. This is not the area. Cameron. Let's see. Cameron, North Carolina. Okay. Right outside of here. So we're going to remove this outline. Okay. Let's see what pulls up. I want to just make sure this is the right area. So what we're looking for here is I want to see some of these properties that recently sold. So let's go back. Let's look at this. We are looking at lot size. Let's look at 5 acres plus. And I want to see sold in the last year. Okay. So, well, a lot of land actually sold in this last year in this area. So that's good to know. Oh, it's not just land. I reset my filters. Okay. Still quite a bit of land. This dumpy little listing for 1.4. Look at that. 86 acres. And it's all wrong. 86.75. And this says 87. That's crazy. So what this area is, this is a big development area. So a lot of stuff is happening. They're building a lot of houses here. So that's the reason why stuff is selling so crazy over here, is because development, right? Developers are coming in here and they're like, hey, we want to buy some stuff. Now, it's not everywhere. So we own a property. Right. Where are we? So real estate is real estate, right? It's hyper local. So you gotta, by talking to people and working with them and finding out exactly where the hot stuff is, it kind of really helps you out. So we have a property. It's in Cameron. I'm trying to find it on the map right now. Where are the comments? So let's see what we got. So we got Cameron's right here. Okay, so we have a property in Cameron, right? I just lost it again. Pain in the ass. Everything's kind of like jumpy today. So here's Lillington. This is the kind of area we were talking about. So a lot of look at how much these properties are selling for. 2 million. A lot of stuff is at. So all right. So it looks like there's definitely activity. Let's go check over in Land Insights. Let's go data. Let's put in let's let's do this. Let's put a. Just gonna grab an address. Okay, cool. So here's the area right here. This is what we just searched for. So let's kind of look at some of these comps in the area. I want to see kind of. Let's take some of this stuff off. Let's turn off the wetland surface floods for now. I want to make sure that's good. So let's see what we got. So we got some on-market stuff right here. These are all list price, price per acre, sold, cool. Wow, it sold for a lot. Looks like somebody just did some subdivision stuff over here. Crazy sales, huh? Wow. So what does this tell me? There's a lot of activity here, right? So I just want to kind of look at this. So let's add a polygon here. See a lot of sales up here. So she works this whole area. She works a couple counties, but she told me specifically the areas I should really be focusing on. And that just tells me, okay, cool. I want to look at that. I want to start looking at some of the stuff. So let's do 2 acres and above. Okay. All right, so we got a lot of properties. Let's start looking at this. Let's go. Let's go to max improvement percentage. Oops. Huge amount of parcels. So let's try changing this. Out-of-state owner. 1,000 parcels. Okay, that's good. Exclude corporate owned. 626. Max ownership. I want to say they've owned it for at least. Let's do 72 months. Vacant land only. See how many we get back. What's up? How we doing? Let's see what we got. Okay, cool. So I'll let that load up for a minute. So let me do this. Let me change filters. So I want to just draw a quick map. So what I'm going to do is turn this crazy up like that. So then I can draw a map. So let me see where we're at. This is Lillington. See my baby tonight. What's going on? Wagon like a wagon wheel, rock me, mama, any way you feel. Let's see what's going on with that. She's taking a long time with that. Then the rain rock me, mama, like a half-bound train. You know what? Let me go back. Let me adjust this. I'm going to go up 4 acres. Out of New England, I put an old time swing band and a guitar, a banjo now. Wellington, the money playing poker, I had to everything. Let me just purchase another 500 real quick. $5. Okay, cool. So let's download this baby. We're gonna price this. So I'm gonna actually be breaking this. Yeah, we're gonna prep a sniping mailer. So what I'm gonna do is, I'm gonna copy this exact map, and what I'm gonna try to do. So that's exporting. So we go up, around, down to Linden Oaks. So we go up. It's Fayette. We don't want to go that far. No. Really had a nice long boat. He was heading west from the Cumberland Gap, Sun City, Tennessee. I can't move on before the baby calling my name, and I know she's the only one. If I die rally, we'll die free. Rock me, mama, like a wagon wheel. Oops. Okay. Nope, I just shot my shot. That's okay. So where we are, we're right here. Mama, rock me. All right, so I'm just going to draw a quick map right here. Okay. I'm going to pull 3 acres up. Okay. I'm going to go filter. I want to go 3 acres up, sold last year. Okay. A lot of data. So we're gonna actually break this up. So to really get good at this, we're gonna have to break up the data. Let's do some zip codes. So what's the zip code here? Son of a bitch. 27456. No, we don't get a soil test and feasibility study for every piece of land. No, absolutely not. I do it, Matt. I do have dual monitors. I have a big ass monitor right here, but on this, I can't do the dual monitors. You know what I mean? So, no, we let the buyers do the soil studies and stuff like that, unless it's like an absolute need for us. No, we don't do one for every single deal. All right, let's go 4 acres and up. Okay, cool. So I'm gonna go now. If we look at this, we can see some disparities here. So let's take a look. Why is all this stuff selling for crazy high? Let me adjust some builders. Let me go bigger. Let me go 20 acres plus and see what's going on. So we got 310s. We got 1.25, 29. Why did this sell for 310? Poor bad. It's got a house on it. Okay, 125. That's Creek. So it looks like anything along this highway is going to sell for more. So we got this guy. This is how many? Okay. All right, let's pull everything above 5, and then we're going to separate the stuff inside the spreadsheet. So 4 and up. What is it making? Hands of clay. See, if you look at this southern portion, this is selling for a lot less. This is a more rural area. So more than likely, I'm going to want to price everything in this area a little bit more. So this gets tough if you already pulled your data to do this. So it gets a little bit sketchy. So what you got to do is kind of like look at it on the map and all that stuff. I'm not going to get into all that today. Sometimes I'll put it on like my maps or whatever. But for this one itself, I could probably figure out for the most part which ones are which and kind of take it from there. So let's open up a spreadsheet now. Let's go. Let's go scrub. Let's go new. Let's see. Okay, so I'm going to go file, import, upload, browse, clean Wellington, upload that. Spreadsheet, import data. Okay, we got that. I'm going to go back over here. I'm going to go. Okay, so let's go. I gotta mess with this stuff, so I'm gonna go here. I'm gonna go you freeze one row. Create some filters. So let's create filter. And okay, good. So what we're gonna do now, we're gonna take everything, the zips, sort of A to Z. So these are all my zips. So I got 330, 332, 5504. And these are unknowns. So what I'm going to do real quick, I'm going to go. Do you have to mimic the same similar process in data tree? Yeah, you could. You can mimic the same process. It's just Land Insights makes life easier. Like the data we get from them is easier to manipulate because it's like designed for land investors. But yeah, you could absolutely do it in data tree. So I'm going to do, I want to look up the zip code map for Harnett County, NC. Okay, so what this shows me, I got 546, 552, and 506. 27506, 546. So let's go 546. So let's go here. I'm gonna add sheet 27546. I'm gonna just make everything a little bit bigger so everybody could see it a little bit better. So let's go 14. And then let's adjust these. Hate when it doesn't allow me to resize. Okay, 27. Just copying over my header now. Okay. So this does take a lot longer, right? Obviously to price this stuff. So I have to separate everything out, all that. But you can see kind of what I'm doing. I'm going to be taking these zip codes. So you got 330, 332. Let's check this out. Let's go 27330. Where is it? 330, 332. 335. You got 335. Where are you? Let's find a better map. It's not. Map is a pain in the butt. Randy Majors. Get out of here, Randy. Cool. Randy Majors. Thank you, Randy. Same exact map. Cumberland, 883, 540, 540. Lee County, 332. Okay, that's why. This is actually in Lee County. So these right here, 330. This is Lee and Harnett. That's why I can't find it. Going to no. Okay, we pulled that out. 501. Let's go 501, 504. These are Johnston County and Arnett. They're right by each other. Let's check 505, 27505. And I cannot find a good map. This is crap. Just give me a map. I don't want an interactive map. I just want a basic map. Tell me everything. Good thing. My heart. Okay, let's see. Hunter County. Pulling this now. I'll watch later. See you, brother. I don't know why it's a pain in the ass today. Goodness. Let me do this. And land insights. I could also just do this. Let's go back to land insights. Everything. I'm a good kisser. Maybe. Oh, fun times. Will I just find this stupid county? Harnett, Wayne, Johnson, Sam, Cumberland, Wake, County, Hoke, Lee, Moore, Lee, Harnett, right here. Fucking terrible today. So we got 27, 505, 330, 332. I got mine. 504 to 501. Let's check 504 to 501. 524, 577, 540, 69305. Yep, 504 right here. Okay, cool. All right, I'm going to combine that. Baby, I got my... All right, so let's do this. We'll start pricing some stuff now. So I could go here. Got all that. Sheet 4. I'm going to insert one row above. I'm going to paste this. Okay, cool. All right, so what I'm going to do now, let's go into here. Let's pull this to the end. I'm going to go File. I'm going to import, browse, upload, browse, Redfin. So I got a more complicated sheet to do this stuff. Dennis, where do we begin? Look for markets by each county, by state, in the lead, of course, or maybe Metro City, and go outside. Oh man, that's a loaded question. It depends on what you want to do with your business, like where you want to be at, what everything you want to do. It's a lot. To go, like, we typically start with like sell-through rates, and we look at like, okay, what's the best sell-through rates in the area, and from there, then we start like looking at the markets themselves and everything like that. So you're kind of asking like a pretty loaded question with it. Where do you begin? By just looking for activity, right? That's really the simplest thing. You look for activity of solds and activity of some things for sale, right? You don't want too much for sale because then it just becomes a whole thing. But you definitely want to see some for sale. Let's see, let's go A to Z. So I got a 505, a couple 505s, and then 4.6s, a lot of 4.6s. That's fantastic. So we did zip. So what I'm going to do real quick, I'm going to go this. I'm going to change to acres, and then PBA. So I'm going to go equals divided by 43,560 equals price divided by that. That's my price. So these two are going to be a number now. Format, number, currency. Okay. We're going to project this stuff down. Okay. This is a delete. Cool. Yeah, between 20 minutes and 2 hours outside of major metros, it's pretty much the best. The size must be about 5 acres. Not necessarily. Some people want 4 acres, 3 acres. Depends on what the market demands. That's really what you got to look at. It's not necessarily what like a perceived thing. Like it's got to be 3 acres or whatever the case may be. You got to look at what the market's demanding. If 50% of the sales are for 3 acre lots, then why would you go for anything that's not a 3 acre lot, right? So I would definitely look at what things are selling for in those areas. So let's go sort by A to Z, and then I'm going to sort by zip code. So what this did is I just sorted like that so that it would sort the acres, and then it would sort this. Now I get my price per acre right here. So let's insert a column to the left. Let's go averages now. Find average equals average. Okay, 506 equals average. 4 to there's going to be a lot of nuance to this market. I can already tell. I'm going to have to go in there and kind of price individual lots. It's going to be kind of difficult to do, to be honest with you. But I don't think it's going to be the worst thing. It's just going to be different, right? So I'm going to have to change some stuff. How I'm pricing this. But let's just get some numbers on the table right now. And then from there, we'll adjust stuff. So 26. Perfect. Okay, so what I want to check first, location. Let's get rid of these. Delete. Here we go. Looks like there's some houses here. So I'm going to go ahead and delete some outliers now. Okay. No, this is good. This is a big parcel. It's over 2 million. So this is an outlier. And the reason why is because of the highlight that orange. I'm going to take this out. I'm going to adjust my things right here. So I'm going to remove that one just because it's throwing all the numbers off. I don't want to price everything off that. Okay. So I'm going to take that one out. Let's check this guy out. This is another slight outlier, though it's pretty close to the market value. I'd say I'm going to leave that just to adjust my numbers a little bit. This is an outlier right here. You still do these spreadsheets yourself? No, I don't do any of these, to be honest with you. I'm actually not as efficient as my VAs are. They're amazing at it. So yeah, I don't really do too much of this. I just do a lot of this. Like I'll pick some markets. I'll come in and I'll pick some markets and stuff like that, just because like conversations I had, but not necessarily like I'm always out there picking. I'm not out there pricing it and stuff like that. I kind of just I'll come in and I'll double check stuff and verify pricing and all that. So 50K an acre, great investment, electricity, sewer, water, outlier. Okay. All right, so 546. You got 16, 19. So something, it went up for some reason. It must be because this is more developable. But this one looks like an outlier right here too. I guess there's not a lot of data points for me to really get a good price on this. So let me go down a little bit. I'll bring this down to row 17. And just remove that one. I can do. Take this one out. It's a bit of an outlier. Okay, cool. So I got 16.9. I'm going to bump that up a little bit. This one looks like it's a little low for some reason. Most are selling for 18, and except for the one. So here you go, 18. How much time do you think is realistically needed per week to spend in this business to get a deal in the first 3 to 6 months? So spend in the business. You gotta be out there. You gotta be sending mail. Get your first deal in 3 to 6 months. Your market selection is going to be your number one thing. You got to make sure you're getting enough volume of mail out there. You know, like to get started, like you really need to hit like 10 or 15,000 pieces totally out. Not necessarily like in one shot, but like 10 or 15,000 totally out. And the reason why is because like you send 1,000 pieces, you get nothing. Then you send another 1,000 pieces, you get nothing. Send another 1,000, you get nothing. So you get discouraged. You really need to get that volume out there so that you have like you cast a wider net, and then you'll end up catching 1 or 2 deals off that. And then as you're in the business longer, deals get stickier and your KPIs start going down. So like it might take you 10,000 pieces to get your first deal, but then your second, third, and fourth deal might come 1,000 pieces after that, or maybe from that original 10,000, whatever the case may be. So sometimes it's you got to get some volume out there before you really start seeing things connecting, right? So a lot of people come in here and they're like, I'll just send 500 a week or 500 a month or whatever the case may be, and that's all I'm going to do. And great, maybe they score one deal, two deals, whatever the case may be. But in actuality, they're really not. It's going to take them way too long to actually get something to stick, because you're just you're kind of just pussyfooting around. So this is one of the businesses that you got to like go full in or just not. If you're not ready to go full in, then it's really going to be tough. Let's create a filter here. So I'm going to go area acreage. Z. So I'm going to insert column left, insert column left, insert column left. Now, I want to take my pricing. I'm going to go PPA. I'm going to take market, offer. All right, so I'm going to take equals this times. So we're thinking about 18,181. 18,181. So 18,181.55. Sure, why not? Oh, I'm sorry. I did that wrong. $18,181.55 equals market. It's this times this. And then this, we're going to go equals this times 0.5. Format theme number. That's perfect. How much time do you spend? I'm between 4 and 6 hours a week in my business right now, but I have people that work for me, so that's the reason why I'm able to kind of like lower my numbers. Is that going to be for everybody? No, not absolutely not. It's going to take a little time for you to get there. So. All right, so this is such a small list. See, this is only 45 properties, right? You're giving this market away. It's a little too small, and I didn't really price it that great, Diana. So I don't want to give it away today, but I will give away markets. This one's a really small one. I mean, look at this. It's only 44 properties. So it's a little bit tight. Are you just using mail or other acquisitions? So we're doing mail, and then we just tested out. We're testing out email. See how that goes out. We're just testing different things. We're not sure exactly what we're going to stick with yet. We know we love mail. That's the truth. We love mail. I think it's just one of the best acquisition sources. Yeah, it costs a little bit more money. But it's tried, it's true, it's trusted. So I don't really want to change from that. It's just our bread and butter. So 18, we go to 16,987 at 10 acres. So we go back to here at 10 acres. We're going to drop down to 16,987.13. Adjust this. We'll run this baby down. It's right about here. We'll go down now. We'll go to like 15. 15,181. And I think we go all the way down. What do we go all the way down to? 13,566. 13,566. So neutral letters. So neutral letters are basically neutral letters aren't bad, but the problem is with neutral letters, you become an appraiser, right? You get a lot of people just calling you saying, "Hey, what do you think my land is worth?" Right? And at that point, it's a little tough unless you have the team or the time. to really handle all of it. So you kind of got to be careful with that stuff. You become an appraiser, and then at that point, you're like just chasing your own tail in the business. So what I like about blind offers is the finality of it. So we're basically sending an offer, and they're saying yes or no, right? We're not pussyfooting around a price and all that stuff. I get less calls, 100%. I get less calls, but I know that when I'm getting a call, it's probably somebody who's motivated, right? So that's the reason why I like it. Now, when we go to change this to 5%. What I do think is a good mix is to mix in some I mix in some neutrals, some seller finance, some blinds, kind of mix in amalgamation of all kinds of things. And the reason why I like doing that is it gives me like a better chance to kind of do a little bit of everything. It gives me a better chance of talking to more people, but I'm not sitting there wasting my time talking to a whole bunch of unqualified leads versus other people. So I have a county that I'm about to mail, want to test, but I want like a very high sell-through rate, low supply, low days on market. That sounds pretty good. I mean, Caleb, I would take a look at no, I don't really care about the transaction volume because maybe there's just no supply, right? Supply and demand is pretty much it. So if you're looking at it and previous sales are going pending super fast, I would then take a look at that and be like, okay, this is selling super fast. Why? You know, and that would give you a really good indication from there. Like if stuff is selling super fast, then it's probably a good area. County. Okay, here's the parcel in question. So it looks like a little awkward shape size. Not bad though. 30 acres. Let's turn on MLS comps layer. And we're going to just put in 5 acres minimum. Okay, so this is the parcel. We got 15K an acre for a 10 acre. So you got 24K an acre. So I'm going to say I actually want to come up on this one. So I'm going to probably adjust my pricing a little bit. So let's go back over here. Well, I'm actually at 13K an acre. I'm probably okay. I'm going to actually just bring this down a little bit further. So since this is such a small list, like I could go in here and price these a lot better. It's super time consuming to do this, but it's so worth it if you could get an accurate price out. See, this is an awkward shaped property. So I don't really want to offer a ton of money on this, right? Let's see what the comps are in the area. You got 146 listed. You got pending. You know, you got some good stuff, but like no solds directly around here. So I think I'm going to leave that one. I don't love the parcel shape, so I'm going to leave it. Yeah, so I was still flipping for this year, but I actually kind of just stopped. You know, I have a bunch of leads that I'm not even following up on. I don't really. It's kind of just a lack of interest. That's really it. I know I could just turn back all my houses at any point and just go at it, but nah, I'm so disinterested in it and all the crap that goes with it that I'm like, meh, I don't really care about it. So you got to kind of choose which one you want to do. It's hard to do both. It really is. We flipped. I think we only flipped. We flipped 6 this year, something like that. So. All right, so we got 12K, 13K, 19K. $22K. Okay. So I think that's good. 12K. Probably even come down a little bit, but I like this. I don't mind the pricing. I think that's pretty good. Let's check one of these smaller lots out. No results. Which county is this in? City, Wellington. It is Harnett. Okay. Don't absolutely love when it's like a parcel and a parcel, but it's okay. Definitely has a structure, which is whatever. It's not a big deal. You got 14K an acre. You got 15K an acre. I think this is good. I like this. So I'd say this is priced. Rename priced. What 2745 27546 275 Cool. So what I would do now, I'm gonna go back and go through the rest of these and price out this. So this I consider this priced. This is my offer. I'm gonna be offering. So I'll highlight this. That's pretty much it. So we'll go back and we're gonna. These are the letter. This is the offer we're gonna pull. So we're gonna pull this list, get it set for mail, and then we're gonna go through the rest of these zips in Lee County, Harnett, all them, and do the exact same thing. If I don't have enough, I might have to go back to Redfin and pull some sold data to get them. So yeah. Yeah, you could totally do that. I know people that do that and they get the highest ROI per deal. It's just they're messy and they're long cycles. So you're talking about a deal that could take you, 3 months, 6 months, a year, whatever. So if you have the time, that's great. But my other end of that spectrum is what else are you doing to market and keep yourself sustainable, right? I don't think you should ever go 100% into one realm, like only messy title, only sales. I would go into, more of like, okay, let me get this basic stuff automated so that I could then add that in as another secondary portion. Seeing a lot of YouTube videos showing housing inventory higher than previous 2006 bubble, and they are suggesting anticipated housing market crash in a number of popular Florida cities. Do you think we should be looking at housing market stats when looking? I've talked about Florida already. Stay the hell away from Florida. Florida is in a really bad bubble right now. It's probably going to crash very soon. The housing market's shit there. The taxes and the insurance is just crushing it. With all the weird weather and everything like that, it's a lot of people are abandoning Florida. They're selling now, whatever. 80 acres in Archer, Florida. So there you go, Florida. It depends on where. I've still done deals in Florida, but you got to be careful. Florida is kind of it's really tough right now. I'm not a big fan of the market. Some developers are pulling out. They're starting projects and then pulling away. So that's my insight. And from houses and stuff like that we've done there, we'll see. Nope. What? Nope. We should stay in Florida. Is that what you say? We actually just redid a mailer for Georgia. We just sent about 10,000 pieces to Georgia. So yeah, we'll see how that turns out. I'm not sure how well the marketing will do in there, but we figured why not try it. So blah blah blah. Sweet. All right, cool guys. Yeah, so that's pretty much it. This is a smaller market. That's kind of what we want to do. We want to get granular. We want to get into pockets. We want to get into these little areas and price them accordingly, right? Instead of going such broad strokes, take a little time and price micro markets. And I think you're going to have better success, especially if you're just getting into this. If you price an entire county one way, yeah, you could totally do that if it's homogenous. But if it's not, you kind of have to sit there and say, okay, well, how do I price this market effectively, right? And that's where you got to kind of go into these smaller areas, look at all that stuff. Can you give me states, counties, or metro areas where I should start selecting? Market would greatly help direct me. If you're not using Land Insights, the best thing to do, easiest thing to do, and I'll just do like a really quick. So if I'm not using Land Insights, I could just go to like Zillow, right? Zillow.com. I'm gonna go to, let's just type in Tennessee. Okay, just go to Tennessee just to open the map. Don't allow. Close. Okay. Doesn't matter. Just opening this up to get the map. Okay. So I'm gonna go solds. Let's leave that 75 to 100K. Let's go to lot lands. Let's go here. Let's go sold in the last. Let's go 6 months. Apply. Let me go acre size. Let's just say 5 to 10s. 5 to 10 acres. Apply. Okay, ready? Here's your basic, most basic way. How do I find areas with activity? Let's go. Let's see. So I'm looking at this map right now, and I can already see like obviously South Dakota, North Dakota. I don't want to go there. This area of Montana looks pretty good, right? There's pockets of activity here, all over here. You know, these are hot spots, right? Denver all over here. Look at Oklahoma, going crazy. A butt ton in Tennessee, all this stuff, North Carolina. Yeah, still see a lot of land sales in Florida, right? Yeah, we've done this a bunch of times, step by step, everything. I mean, I've done the 90-day program too with Sumner. Let's see. Landinvestor.co/90day. I'll drop this. This is like a full on like how to get your first 10 deals kind of thing. You go there and check that out. It's awesome. I did that with Sumner. So this is like a super basic, but if you wanted to, you could kind of like go here, look for these big pockets of yellow, right? Look at this. All in here. Okay, let me zoom in further. And then I find more and more little pockets. I see a bunch of sales in the last 6 months right here. And look where we're at, right outside a major metro. And you see a bunch of sales. So what does that tell you, right? There's probably some activity here. And I would start researching these markets. I would look how fast things are going, pending and all that stuff. This is a very quick way if you wanted to get into this and start looking at stuff. Like this is a way to do it, right? I could do this. I could also look at the for sales. How many are for sale? Okay, so I look at the solds bunch here, and then I look at the for sales, and it looks like there's a lot of for sale. So I don't really want to work right here because there's already a bunch for sale. So why would I work there? So I would kind of change that up. I would go somewhere else. So let's go back to solds and look for these pockets all around the country. That's pretty much the basic way to do it. You could also run your own sell-through rates in the 90-day program. I show exactly how I did that. All that stuff. But literally 90 days 0 to hero, that'll show you everything you want. And it'll basically get you to, your first 10 deals. No problem at all. I mean, and further, I mean, that's really what it is. The reason why people join Leah is they want that community aspect ever. Wouldn't really hot. Yes. Yeah. You don't want to go in super hot areas. That's why I'm looking for pockets of sales. And then I go back and I double check and say, okay, how many are for sale there? Not a lot. Great. That's what I want. You don't want to be super, super hot. You want to be, hot, but not like, crazy. Awesome. Yeah. I mean, the 90-day program should get you pretty much everywhere you need to be. Like start there. That pretty much shows you everything, So awesome all. I appreciate it. I'm going to go. I got to grab the kids from school. So thank you everyone for hanging out with me. And next week we're going to have Kay on to talk more about North Carolina markets and all that stuff. So appreciate you guys. See you soon.